Hey everybody, Kennis Russell here. Hope you're doing well. I've got this body here that I got on Craigslist and came with a neck here. It's all stripped down. I bought two bodies actually for 30 bucks. Two bodies, two necks. One of them was a made in Mexican neck. So I thought for 30 bucks, basically I paid 15 bucks for this body and this neck. And the guy had sanded off the first, like very barely the top coat, and kind of scuffed it up. I guess he was going to repaint it. Wasn't really sure what I was going to do with this, but I'm going to do an experiment here to see how quickly and easily I can actually get a finish. Got some of this 2X Ultra Cover paint and primer from Home Depot, and I'm going to see what it does to a guitar. If you can actually get a good finish from just some cans of spray paint. And I've just taken some sandpaper, sanded the rest of it down a little bit, and I'm not going to spend too much more. This is just like 500 grit sandpaper. I've got some 1000 grit sandpaper. I'm going to do one more little bit on this and then spray it and see what happens. So let's check it out. Alright, so you can just kind of see how really crappy of a sanding job I did on this. I mean there's like nicks and stuff that aren't done well. I mean there's scuffs. It's not really clean. I did wet it down. Didn't even really sand that great there. We'll see here. We'll see. This is kind of an experiment here on what can you get away with as far as a cheap. Didn't even sand on the inside there. You didn't even sand in the back in this cavity here, even though I always keep my plates off in the back. We'll see what happens. Anyway, let me spray it now. All right, it's looking kind of pink in the video, but it's more red. Actually, not looking too bad so far. This is going to be not a gloss, but it's a matte finish. I figured that would probably be, I'd probably hide more of the defects being matte than gloss. Let's see if I can spin it a little bit without touching it. There we go. Trust me guys, it looks pink on my phone here. I'm recording it, but it's not. This is the can I've got. It's a satin that I've got. Colonial red. Do one coat tonight. I'm gonna go to bed. It's like 11:30 at night, so come in tomorrow, paint it just a little bit just to see. Maybe I'll get 4 or 5 coats on this. Hopefully that will give a good finish on this. I'm not as concerned about like the imperfections as much as I'm concerned about it just chipping off. You know, I don't want it to chip off. As long as the paint stays on there, I'm fine with like right here in the back. You can see, you know, there's a little thing right there, like a little, when the light hits it, a gouge right in this area here. I don't really have a problem with that. It's just actually, you know what? That's a hair. I'm gonna probably chip that out. Some sort of fiber off of a cloth or something. Anyway, we'll see what it looks like. I'm gonna paint it one more time, maybe 2 more times, and we will go from there. All right, well, it's been about 12 or 13 hours, I guess. And I think because of this fluorescent light, it's coming across pretty red, but or pink, but it's actually pretty red. It doesn't look too bad. You can see another coat's gonna help a lot. But, you know, it actually looks pretty cool. I like this satin look on it. There's a couple spots that I'm gonna probably sand off like that right there. A little hair fiber got in there. But I think that 3 or 4 coats of this is gonna be a pretty cool looking finish. All right, so far I'm actually really liking this. I think it's shining a little bit more on the camera than it looks like it in real life, but it's got a nice kind of dull finish on this. I mean, it's still got a little bit of shine, but it's got the matte that I was looking for. On this project, I figured it'd be easier to do matte than it would be to do a gloss. So it's just 3 coats right here, and then I've got some of this. This is the Rust-Oleum 2X Ultra Matte Clear, and then I've been using this, so it's the same product basically. So we'll see how this covers. But I'm going to probably do a number of coats of this, probably at least 3, but I might even just keep on doing it until the can runs out and get like 5 or 6 coats on here. Anyway, here we go. On this first coat too, I'm just going to do like a real light coat on this, and I think that kind of helps the paint stick to it a little bit better. So let me see here. You can kind of see it's already just that light coat with this matte. It almost even looks dry right now. I'm gonna just let it dry for like 10 minutes and do another coat now, a little bit heavier, and then I'm gonna come back tomorrow and do another heavy coat. This is clear coat number 2. Alright, well, I decided to film this outside this portion because inside the colors don't really come out the way that they are supposed to under that light. Actually here it's still looking a little pink, but anyway, it's a little bit more, at least from the way I'm looking at it right now, it's a little bit more red than it is. But for less than 10 bucks on a cheap, you know, body here, I think it actually turned out pretty well. There's a few things. One thing I forgot to do is paint that right there, but I think it's going to be covered up just fine by the plate. The finish on it I like. It's got a nice dull finish. You know, it's not shiny, but there's a little shine to it, but it's still a matte. The only thing that you can see right kind of right above the hole there's a little bit of spot that is a little bit more glossy than I wanted it to be. But overall, for a 10-buck paint job, I think it's going to be just fine. I think it's going to be just fine. So anyway, there you have it. 10 bucks or so for painting your guitar. We'll see how this holds up. I don't think it's going to hold up the best, but you know, for a $10 paint job, you really can't beat that. So I'm going to put a neck on it. Got some new pickups that I'm going to put in here, and I'll shield this up and kind of make it one of my guitars. And if I like it, I'll keep it. If not, I'll sell it. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video. And if you've got an old, you know, junky guitar that you don't mind ruining, give it a shot. See what you can do with a couple cans of spray paint, a little bit of sandpaper, and a little bit of time.